So what do you got? February the 3rd. I'm up early, and I'm knocking out the video early because we're heading to Chiang Mai to go sign the contract on the investment condo. Once again, those are separate videos, but I'm just saying why it's dark 30 and I'm doing the video. So today's going to be an interesting day in a lot of ways, and I'll fill you all in on that later, probably with a separate video. So February 3rd, whatever stifles personal initiative is definitely an enemy of individual achievement. Large organizations, including business, government, and the military, are increasingly discovering that their attempts to standardize procedures and centralize decision-making have created a bureaucracy that stifles innovation and initiative. It's coffee time, obviously. Hard Rock Cafe, Amsterdam. Yes. There's an initiative. As a result, they are losing ground to leaner, more autonomous operating units that encourage individual initiative. Yeah, the small unit thing was a big thing in the 80s when I was in. More effective than a big, large force. Easier to manage, quicker to move, more efficient. More efficient is a good word for decentralizing and having small units as opposed to large. A culture that discourages prudent risk-taking and affixes blame instead of solving problems will surely eradicate mistakes because nothing will be done. Good point. Innovation means trying and failing, and trying and succeeding. Seldom is a winning idea perfect when it's first introduced. A culture that encourages people to take the initiative and try something new nurtures individual and group achievement. Yeah, it's good stuff. He's been slacking off. I'll be honest with you. I've been a little disappointed in the content recently. I don't think he ended January strong, but yeah, I like a lot of what he had to say in there, as far as business, government, and military. All three of those, I've seen exactly what he's talking about. I was in IT for 13 years, and there was a big push, and lots of people made lots of money on centralizing data. Let's put all the data in one place from all our different branches and offices, and that way everybody has access to the same data. So central bank, central repository, central place to store the data. And it would take 3 or 4 years for them to get all that set up and get the servers down there to feed up to the big, mainframe or supercomputer or mid-sized computer, whatever, depending on the business. And then once it was there, it's like, well, it takes too long to get the updates down, or we need the data on site. We need the data live in real time and blah blah blah. So then they would decentralize. So they just spent 3 years and a bunch of money centralizing the data, and then they would decentralize it to empower each of the little offices or satellites or whatever. And one company I worked for, Citgo, not the gas company, but the private wealth management company, Citgo, based out of Holland, Amsterdam. They couldn't have their data in certain places. For instance, the U.S., because they, Michael Jackson, the pop singer, and the Queen of England were two of their clients, right? Wealthy, like I said, private wealth management. And if the data was ever on a U.S. computer, that gave the IRS the right to snoop it, watch it, look at it, and theoretically they would have to pay taxes on some of that. It depends upon the law and where the data's from. So to maintain the privacy of their customers, it was offshore. Everything was in the Caribbean on Dutch-owned islands. So that's another example of where the data was decentralized because tax ramifications and privacy, right? So good stuff, very appropriate, has a lot of uses. And I also really liked how he talked about how that can cripple, having the wrong culture can cripple innovation, because people, if they're blamed for their failures and hit hard for making a mistake, instead of encouraged to try again and learn, they're going to recede down into the little shell. It's only human nature not to want to be beaten. So if you beat somebody up for trying and failing, that's it. They'll never try again. And I guess some people, the government, he mentioned in there, want that. The government wants you to be a beaten little puppy dog and not fight back because they want control. So, good stuff. Yay, Napoleon. That's it for today, kiddies, and I will talk with you tomorrow, and I'll probably do a video at some point today and break down everything that's going on, and interesting times for sure.